Okay, so front of the thigh we're gonna see. With front of the thigh has like three compartments. First one is anterior, which is extensor, and medially we have abductor. Of course, it's gonna be abduct because it's medially. So abductor is something which is close to your body. So it's coming close to your body. So same with the medially. So medial abductors. And anteriorly, usually anterior be flexors, but here in the leg we have anterior as extensors and posterior as flexors. Now, the anterior or the extensors compartment contains these muscles, okay, which is quadriceps femoris, okay. Quadriceps femoris has like four muscles, and abductor muscles also have some muscles and hamstring muscles. So this is like a lot of muscle in one. They're just donating it with one term, but they're like very too much muscle, and which we wanna see later. Okay, the nerve supply is to the front. It's femoris nerve, and to the abductor, it's obturator nerve. Then to hamsters muscle is sacroiliac. So don't get confused with the sacroiliac nerve as medially, because it looks like it's coming from the medial part, but it's actually coming from the back part, from the posterior part. So it's posterior flexors supplying to hamstring muscle, which is sacroiliac nerve. Now, okay, then we have saphenous opening. Saphenous is like a vein. Okay, so it's actually a vein. Sappharic vein is a vein only. So they are basically talking about a vein. So they're saying the vein is opening or like that. So it's an oval opening in the fascia lata. So I hope you know what is the fascia lata. Okay, that's of the fascia only. The medial part of the lingual ligament. So lingual ligament you can find medially. Yeah. So like that. We have fascia lata, lingual ligaments, and fascia that closes the opening. So now the fascia is also closing the opening. So where the fascia which closes the opening, crimble, that is crim, cambriform fascia because it's pierced by. Okay. Now crimbriform fascia, okay, is closing the opening because it is pierced by great saphenous vein. Okay, if it's a saphenous opening, so of course the great saphenous vein gonna come, has to be the content of this. Okay, then we have the three superficial lingual arteries because it's a lingual space. So yeah, lingual arteries could be there, and that to three superficial lingual arteries. Then there are lymph vessels. Okay, now the arteries are there, veins are there. What else would be there, right? Of course, it's gonna be lymph. So the lymph vessels will be there connecting the superficial and deep lingual lymph nodes. Okay. Something you need to pay attention again. Lymph vessel connecting superficial and deep lingual lymph nodes. Alright, just keep that in mind because they usually get you confused from their list. Now we have now femoral vein. Now we are going to talk about the femoral vein. We already talked about the great femoris nerve, which we will talk further more about. But right now we are going to talk about the femoral vein. So femoral vein is nothing, it lies behind the septal opening. So you can say it's lie behind the septal vein, alright? Because what is a saphenous opening? Saphenous opening is actually an opening for great saphenous vein and prelingual arteries and lymph vessels. So if it's lying behind, then it's like a femoral vein lying behind the saphenous opening or the vein. Now we have an extra point, that is superficial lingual vein. Superficial lingual vein is also there, okay? So see, it's a superficial opening is a opening for the veins. So they're gonna be veins you're gonna see, okay? So you saw saphenous vein, you saw, nah, yeah, yeah. So now you are going to see the, so, okay. So one thing you need to pay attention here is, now we have the superficial lingual vein, okay? So we saw what are the, what are the content which is piercing the cribriform fascia. So that was itself the great sphenic nerve and these three lingual arteries and the lymph vessels. Okay, now we have the superficial lingual vein, but superficial lingual vein is not piercing the cribriform fascia. Okay, why it's not doing that? Because they end in the great cephalic vein before it pierces. Okay, so it gets ended and and continues as the great cephalic vein. Okay, way before the fascia. So it already ends before being the great uh, Japanese vein. So now what is getting pierced in the cubiform fascia is the great Sapiens vein, because it has already become that, but in fact it was superficial lingual vein. So in the question, we are going to write this only the great saphenous vein, because the superficial lingual vein do not pierce the cubiform fascia because they end in the great saphenous vein before it pierces the fascia. All right, all right. So let's just revise it, read it once more, and let's get into the another topic. So compartment of thigh has like three compartments: the anterior, extensor, medial, abductor, posterior, flexor. Extensor, quadriceps femoris, medial abductor muscles, posterior hamstring muscles, quadriceps femoris, femoral nerve, abductors, obstetric nerve, hamstrings, sacroiliac nerve. Now the saphenous opening, oval opening in the fascia lata below the medial part of lingual ligament. Fascia that opens the opening is called the cubriform fascia because it is pierced by great femoris vein, three superficial lingual arteries, lymph vessels connecting superficial and deep lingual lymph nodes. Okay, and the femoral vein lies behind the spontaneous opening. Superficial lingual veins do not pierce the cubiform fascia because they end in the great saphenous vein before it pierces the fascia. Alright, done and dusted. Now we have femoral triangle. So the femoral triangle has boundaries, or like four boundaries: apex, base, lateral border, medial border. Base gonna be the lingual ligament. Cribriform